What's populism? The common identity of modern contemporary optimism? Or the majority of popularity as inequality's totality as the cost of living in a 9-to-5 daydream, and from time to time you wake and see the rest of your life is in a money trap? It's funny that if I invest in the right cunning act, I'm coming back, not trapped in a system, just hacked in the existence and the persistence of mistakes by the competition, as unsolicited piss takes are the wrong decisions that I disclaim as the hot position of populism. Primetime repeats of geriatrics doing acrobatics of automatic, as most of the shows have disappeared in attics of weird queers and fanatics. I'm like the Rain Man, I put the casinos in a panic. Give me a system, I can crack it. From physics to genetics to lyric aesthetics, like an abstract message, as the skeptics languish and mass-produce language for adolescent anguish, as I manifest in bandwidths of underground propagandas, as the anarchist on my antics is aimed at the abacus and semantics, as the aspect of an antagonist that creates an abject paralysis and a fallacy of their analysis, in their fake applause and fake popularity, like burning bushes to Moses. It's all just a bit of a doctor's analogy of his vanity in some kind of neurosis on the individuality, like it's an abnormality and diagnosis. That's why there's bad prognosis on the learning process. Being fed more sedatives, with finger painting classes for the cleverest. Go and speak to your therapist. Hug sex offenders, hug terrorists, hug nonces, as the communities benefit from the incredulence of your conscience. Being fed more sedatives so you're not conscious of the relevance of monsters who respond by being merited to the inherent mess of terrorists and chaotic heretics. Like this nonsense is an insult to our intelligence. The real risk to people is military leverage against the feeble. When endeavouring to survive as peaceful, we need our wits and intelligent minds, or become so stupid we don't see the end of all intelligent life. The impediment of being trapped on the value of benefit as no more than medical experiments, as the leverage of jobs worth problem child severance, which is the therapist, the master of the stupid or broken intelligence, who's never the cleverest in a room trying to understand the evidence, as the residents use edited messages when they're settling the conduct based on negligence as the edifice of how deep is their togetherness, digging a grave to the Americas, like Houdini, they forgot where they buried ya. Copyright is an indicator to its own professional quality, a bit like congressional policies, and not the obsessions of deceptionists on some kind of holiday, like smacking around a doppelganger with holidays, on an awful banger with a horror face about some dickhead faggots on the front page of Model Glamour. Populism should be about proper talent, and not date rape barons trying to flood fake manners with dud tape parrots. Monstrous personalities as sex scandal vulgarity, trying to define the social conscience of popularity, trying to change the constructs of commonality in methodology so the conduct in reality is the philosophy of their corrupt vanity. The authorities are the product of the calamities of a thin line between abuse historically and the confused epidemiology of being disillusioned misogyny that tries to confuse the autonomy in the euphoric affliction as we are fed drugs to elude the monotony of the euphoric addiction to populism and the rhetoric contradictions. Take some sedatives for your clarity, or popularity of obscene insanity, like escapism to freedom, escapism back to the cause, back to the calamity, like doomsday devices to protect humanity, like the wasteful rich who don't invest in the poor and the talented, like all the bullshit lies have turned us to anarchists. So what does this say about our lives and what we manifest? To the average guy in the analysis of fixed odds, more like fixed results with shit jobs and bitch insults from stitch mobs.